Artwork, critiques, Photoshop files, and reference sheets are all available on my Patreon. Well, good evening, guys and girls. I hope you're all doing bloody well. My name is Mikey, and welcome along to another episode of Draw With Mikey, episode 127. Oh, good evening, you delicious jelly beans. I hope you're all doing okay. This is going to be a relatively kind of chill, low energy one. I'm just feeling much better now, certainly alive and human off the back of a brief cold. So I'm all like weird and short of breath and congested. But other than that, I'm like happy on the inside. So don't you fear. Because I went to Ibiza. I went on a clubbing holiday with some friends, and when you go on a clubbing holiday and you feel very happy for a while, when you come back home you tend to not feel so happy, and like everything catches up with you and you get a bit run down. So I just have to take the hit. Sadly, that actually meant that I missed TwitchCon completely. I did not get on my flight to San Diego. I know I'm a very bad person, but I'll recap on that in a quick sec. Guys, welcome along. If you're new, this is the super casual midweek series. It's basically my opportunity to touch bases with you lovely people, the viewers, by reading through the comment section below. So if you've got anything to say, ask, feedback, opinions, etc., get your sweet self in the comment section below. With any luck, I'll be reading it next week around. So yeah, guys, what is going on with your end? Last week, I did ask you, or last episode, I should say, we did take that break. I asked you what your opinions were on the upcoming Star Wars films. Do any of you even still care about that franchise? Does it still pull emotions for you guys, or is it all dead? Is the party over? Oh, and by the way, side note, get yourself a lovely cup of tea or coffee. This evening it's coffee. I'm recording this quite late on a Wednesday, but I now have an incredibly powerful, awesome God Machine PC, which can render things almost real time. So I'm still actually going to get this episode out, which is absolutely fantastic. Shout out to Ayatollah for building it for me. But I will do a proper PC unboxing review video eventually down the line. Yeah, did I say this is a rambling series that goes nowhere? Do I have any set questions for you guys? Are there any, but yeah, just the usual, guys. A, let me know what artwork you're working on. What projects have you got in mind? B, suggest any good anime and manga that I should be watching. Right now, the only modern anime that I've got my eyes on is Kimetsu no Yaiba, Demon Slayer, and it is fantastic, and I get a lot of emotions and feels, and it's just, yeah, it's just really nice to watch. It's not like a mind-blowing, life-changing anime, but it is thoroughly good, and it's full of emos. So, yeah, well done Kimetsu. Anyway, we're going to do some fan arts of those sweethearts soon, you better believe it. Oh god, guys, okay, yeah. So let me just update you guys on my personal life journey. You guys always get like a little rambling bit of Mikey time at the beginning of these episodes before I dive into your comments now, so bear with. I just want to express, like, I've been like getting some artwork done, obviously, and I've just hit this massive fucking roadblock. And I'll tell you what that roadblock is. That roadblock is Jaina Proudmoore, because there's just something about that character design and her colour palette, which I just cannot produce a satisfying piece of art the way that I personally like it. So I've been working on a piece for her, and I was 80% finished. I'd gone almost all the way, and then I did the video where I was talking about my art books recommendations and just looking at a lot of old artwork in general, and I just thought, God, I'm not going to publish this. I mean, I'll show you the footage probably in the next Draw With Mikey episode, because I've got like, 60 hours of just mind-numbing, banging my head against a wall art footage where I'm just trying to get my head around it. But it means that I'm starting again from scratch straight after I record this. A fresh Jaina Proudmoore piece. It's not going to be one of my best art pieces in the world, because I will get it done for this weekend regardless. I think I just need to produce something people can go, Mikey, it's not really your best standard, and I can just accept that and kind of walk away and going back to doing fan arts that I really enjoy. I really do want to engage with World of Warcraft characters, but I think because I don't really know that world, don't have the kind of investment, or really understand the kind of design shapes and design language you get in World of Warcraft compared to like anime and manga, that might just be part of why I'm really hitting a thing. But I'm going to be honest, the kind of blues and like pale colours and those dark tones she has as her overall outfit really do not lend themselves to enjoyable fan art the way that I enjoy playing around with the colour spectrum. So that's what's going on with me, guys. I have abandoned an almost complete art piece, which means I need to start from scratch, but I just wouldn't have been happy with it if I tried to hand it out to you lot. I will share my misery about that another time, but basically, yeah, that's just what's going on here. So again, I'm always behind on what I'm supposed to be doing. King Art says in last week's episode, you should do a Fire Emblem Three Houses character, preferably Dorothea, Hilda, Rhea. I would be happy with either of them. King Art, thank you very much for the suggestion. Remember, guys, I'm always taking your suggestions for characters to draw. And Digivagrant says, let Star Wars grow. kill it if you have to. Oh, yeah. So, I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to say that most people's opinions are that Star Wars does need to die. You're nothing. You came from no one. You're nothing but a trader's daughter. Absolutely. Lieutenant Cordelise says, friend, I know you want to learn how to draw, but why do you always watch this guy's videos? Me. Shows him the thumbnail. Friend. What's his channel name again? Lieutenant Cordelise, thank you very much. I'm always going to just suck you in with a little bit of fan art if I can from time to time. But thank you so much for listening to my rambling. So that's what I forgot to continue. So I was just like, okay, this Gina Proudmore, it's not really happening. One thing that you guys always ask me to do is, Mikey, just get back into the sketchbook. Just sit down with a sketchbook and a pen and just fill up a sketchbook page. It doesn't have to be anything, just fill it up. So I finally took you guys' advices. Oh my God, my language is complete. Guys, it's really late and I'm still like, I'm not 100% well, so do bear with this awful episode. I took your guys' advices and I just sat down. Now, as you can probably see me doing right now, I just decided to fill a sketchbook page full of anime female faces. Just some of them are better than others, some of them are terrible. But just sit there and just put ink to page. Don't worry about construction lines and building up the shapes and the form. Just very roughly, just place stuff on the page and just get it out of your system. And doing that, instead of knocking my head against my Huey on tablet and just going for another evening of sitting down to digital, that did feel really, really bloody nice. So I've done that as part of a kind of flushing out my system. Just come away from digital before you try to do another Jana Proudmore fan art piece. Come away from it, draw anything that's not her for a little bit, and then go back and have another try. So this is me just having my little break. But thank you very much, guys. You're absolutely right. I should have been back in that sketchbook ages ago. Isaiah Eagerblecht says, if my excitement wasn't betrayed in the last Star Wars movie, I would still be excited. Isaiah, I know what you mean. That last Star Wars film is a real 50-50 for me. It had some really great bits in it and it had some really terrible bits. It was not an overall good film. It was not an overall bad film in my head, because it was either really good or really bad. There was no like blur moments for me during that movie. It just up and down to extremes. So I've got really mixed emotions. I still haven't watched it again since I saw it in the cinema, so I do need to sit down and do that. Oh, and of course, guys, make sure that you're subscribed to Film Cram, my film channel, where I am going to be cramming Star Wars. I've just started watching The Phantom Menace. And God, talk about loving to hate something. I'm really just trying to make sure that it's a recap video, not an opinions video, so I'm certainly struggling around the script today. Oh, even thinking about The Phantom Menace puts a smile on my face, even if it's wry and ironic. I cannot walk around and say that The Phantom Menace has not given me pleasure in life, because I do fucking love to hate it. But I think I just love it now. Anyway, I'm so sorry, guys. I keep going in and out of your comments, but guys, what are you working on at home? What artwork's going on? Suggest some video games to me. Suggest some anime to me. You guys are like my only conduit into what's up to date in society. Famous Art says, hey Mikey, hello there Famous. I think the League of Legends character that you're thinking of is Jinx. Oh yeah, blue-haired Harley Quinn. Brilliant. Thank you very much, Famous. Jinx, she is. We'll do some of her. Don't you worry. And Dutch Bandit says, Star Wars is so done. The cow's already dead, but they're trying to squeeze some drops of putrid milk from it still. Oh, Dutch. So descriptive. Oh my. Putrid. With that, I'm going to enjoy a sip of my coffee. I know what you mean though, dude. Okay. I can't lie. I think there was a sequence in the Mandalorian TV show trailer where like somebody gets whipped around the legs and then the character, she laser blasts the door to shut the door on a guy. And just that sequence, I was like, that's a very well, nicely put together little moment. Come on, Disney. Disney is such an abusive relationship. They keep like raping my childhood and then they keep giving me a little tickle. Like, you know, they'll throw in some John Williams style music and I'm just like, I'll give him another chance. You don't understand what it's like, okay? Bit of a devil you know. And all my mates are just like, dude, get out of this relationship. She's not healthy for you. And I'm just like, look, you don't know Disney like I do. And it turns out I don't know Disney like I think I do. Disney's just treating me mean and keeping me keen. But they're doing it to all of us. Basically, guys, oh God, I'm so sorry, it's so rambling. Basically, guys, when I kind of first started up Film Cram, I bought myself a cinema pass for 2 years. Me and my friend Todd, we watched films a lot. Like, I tried to catch 1 or 2 a week at first, and then I tried to just make sure I was watching 1 film a week, and then it kind of petered out. But during that period of time, I was like Captain Movie. And I realised that honestly, in my own personal expectations of life, it wasn't worth it. There's so many terrible films that we saw and so many films that were just a bit meh. And for somebody like me who doesn't have that kind of spare time, and when I watch a meh film, I literally think, I really want to go home and do some work. There's loads of stuff I really would enjoy doing right now. So the amount of meh and medium and bad did not outweigh the amount of excellent films I saw. So I was like, dude, okay, fuck it, I'm not into that anymore. I didn't buy a cinema pass for this year because I thought about it and I thought there's only 2 films that I'm genuinely going to go and see at the cinema this year. It was going to be Endgame and it's going to be Star Wars. And despite agreeing with you guys about how done and ruined Star Wars is, and remember, don't hate that little chubby Chinese actress. I know she's probably not Chinese. I'm not trying to offend anyone. You know the actress who played the girl who everybody hated in that last Star Wars film? Don't hate her for being in Star Wars. Hate the director. Hate the person who wrote her lines. Hate the casting director who chose that actress to play that role. Hate everybody in the building process on set who decided that she was a good idea. Because that actress on set, she's not turning around and saying, hey, maybe my character should be a real asshole and say, no, this is the real rebellion right here, and then, release some weird horse thing off into the woods. She's just doing her job. Hate everybody who enabled her character, but don't hate the actress herself. Anyway, where am I going with this? Basically, yeah, that last Star Wars, it was all over the boat. But despite that, I knew that even though I'm sick of cinema right now, and I'm not sick of it, I'm just can't be fucked to go and watch it. I'm going to wait till, it accidentally ends up on my computer. I don't know. Don't ask me how buttons happen. Instead of going out and seeing it. But basically, even then, even despite that, I knew I was going to go to the cinema and give them my money this year to get the closure on the Star Wars franchise at the very least. It was always going to happen. Anyway, I'm so sorry, that was my IMO. But the whole point of this series is me reading through what you guys have got going on. Infernal Snow Art says the JoJo intro always gets me. Oh, I'm so pleased, Inferno. I'm glad you like it. That's the one that got me in trouble. Oh, let's not go on that. You guys know. You guys know. Basically, if you do anything on YouTube, somebody's going to try to take your money away. It's just the way it is. Corpse Ghoul Ree says, I can't believe that Mikey will hit 1 million subscribers soon. Dude, that's very kind of you to say, but soon is incorrect. Remember, my growth as a channel has been consistent-ish, but incredibly slow. Because I don't make smart videos, I'm not trying to make snappy grab your attention titles, I just do only what I do. Thankfully, some of what I do is a little bit popular, and a lot of it isn't. But if I tried to do only popular stuff instead of only what I want to do, then this is just a job again, and then I've just learned to hate it. So we've got slow growth, but it's a real hardcore, deep, slow growth. Do you know what I mean? It's a real, we're real I don't know, solid oak. We're not like a fast-growing weed that's going to snap when there's a big shift in the algorithm and a change in the wind. We're doing our own thing right here. Oh my god, what the fuck am I talking about? Let me just sip this. Have I mentioned I still feel poorly? Anyway, I'm so proud that I've been here since you had 50k subs. Hope you have a good day. Corpse Ghoul Ree. Hey man, thank you so much for sticking through for the long term. I can still remember back to when I did my 50 subscriber shout out video and my 100 subscriber shout out video. Oh man, absolute cringe, but good times. Thank you everybody for joining me. Thank you everybody who's clicked subscribed. I do appreciate it. Decos Art says, I didn't even watch the trailer. Oh, you gotta watch the trailer, bruv. Come on, get yourself in that. And Gold Titan 337 says, I need a spicy 02 drawing. Oh yeah, she's on the list. She's a bit pushed back because Kimetsu no Yaiba's happening, but she's on that list. And we still got a few One Punch Man characters as well. Cloudtail says, hey, why do you never stream on YouTube? I know YouTube is dookie when it comes to streaming, but can't you stream on both platforms? Cloudtail, that's a very good question. Basically, because yeah, guys, I do a lot of live streaming on Twitch when I'm in the mood. I did do Draw With Mikey episode 100 was live right here on YouTube, and it was great. It was a load of fun. We did loads of giveaways, and basically there was about 1,100 people in the chat all at once, all talking to me. And thank God for my mods just kind of handling everything, because I was just like, wow, this is slightly overwhelming. Whereas when I stream on Twitch, it's a much smaller crowd. So if I do a stream on Twitch and I'm streaming art, instead of 1,100 people, I might have 150 to 200 people. So it's like this really intimate, much more chilled kind of vibe. So if I was really into streaming for the sake of, air quotes, success, then yeah, I do a lot of it on YouTube because there's a lot more of you guys who'd pop in and say hello. And by the way, do not get me wrong, Draw With Mikey, episode 150, will be live and it will be right here on YouTube. But in terms of doing it on a regular and actually, making a connection with random people on the internet, making internet friends, then Twitch has like a much more kind of friendly vibe. And Twitch has a thing called raiding. You can take your stream and your chat and all of your viewers and you can jump into somebody else's stream and basically, add to their audience. And it's a great way to say hello. So Twitch has this kind of community vibe where in the art section, there's loads of people just like me living their lives and drawing from home and talking to people. And the community's like really good. Unlike, loads of gaming streamers where it's really toxic. The art crew's like really fun. Oh my God, now I feel really bad when I missed TwitchCon. It was my own fault. Whereas on YouTube, you've just got your own channel. Obviously, you're aware of other artists on YouTube and they're all lovely people for the most part. But you can't your channel doesn't have like a function where it can directly interact with somebody else's channel and your live stream can't jump into somebody else's live stream. Oh, I'm just burping away. I'm so sorry. So Twitch definitely handles it better and makes it more fun. But you're absolutely right. I would get a lot more people here on YouTube. But, I don't necessarily always want a lot more people if I just want to chill out on the internet. I hope that makes some kind of sense, basically. Anyway, guys, Draw With Mikey, episode 150 hype. That's what I'm getting at. That's for real secret. That's for real rebellion right there. Juiced Lenzeveld says, "Hey, Mikey." Hello there, Juiced. "I'm getting kind of frustrated with drawing. Dude, you and me both. I hope you just heard my earlier explanation of where I'm at personally. I have a feeling that I'm stuck with my drawings. I do see improvements by following your tutorials. Oh, thank you. But I'm having a hard time with the details. Maybe I should ask you for critique. Oh, I don't do full-on critiques, dude, outside of Patreon. I'm so sorry. I know about your Patreon account." Oh my God. I should just read your sentence to the end before I start giving a response. I'm so sorry, man. "I know about your Patreon account where you do critiques on people's art that they send you. I'm willing to pay you a price for you to critique what I draw, but I need a one-on-one call. I'm breaking myself over this and I need advice really badly. Juice Lenzevelt." You don't know what? That's not necessarily a bad idea. It's never occurred to me to do real-time FaceTime calls on critiques. I'll tell you how I've done it with another dude, Hmong Chiel, who I'm sure won't mind me mentioning his name because I'm so behind on his stuff as well. But, who's fucking putting together oh no, I won't tell you about his. Basically, there's a guy on my Patreon feed who's putting together this incredible script. But basically, what I did last time is I took people's critique art and I made it a public session. So I took their artwork live on Twitch. I stopped talking to my own chat on Twitch and basically recorded my critique right there so that everybody could see it and ask me, like the person in particular could ask me questions. But outside of that, I've never really considered doing a one-to-one call. Dude, that is a very good idea. However, if that's what you're expecting right now, dude, do not join my Patreon because I do not give one-to-one live call critiques. However, that sounds also like a great idea. So I'm going to take that on board and have a little experiment with that. Let me just make a note of that right now. Guys, I'm so sorry. Oh my God. Can you hear I feel my voice is going. Oh, no, there it is. I just need to be more indignant and it comes back. Christopher says, "Oh, basically, Juiced. Yeah, try drawing something completely different. Go for a walk, relax, clear your mind. Be zen, be one with the force, feel it. Just get out there, come back to your piece a little bit later. Maybe change your medium. Just like I had to go back to the sketchbook. I couldn't look at a digital screen today. I just was not up for it. So, sorry you're having a hard time, dude. But yeah, you need to, generally as a rule of thumb, you need to change what you're doing. If you're doing the same thing and you get to a certain standard in it and you don't feel you're making those leaps anymore, it's because you need to go away and do something completely different. Shake it up, become uncomfortable, then those leaps happen. It's always a series of if you had to draw it as a curve on a graph, over time, your ability in art, personally for me, it would not be like a slowly rising straight line or anything like that. It's a series of steps and bumps where you're kind of plateauing a bit and then you have this big step because you've tried something different and you've gotten your head around it, and then it starts to plateau a bit until you try something else and you have another big step. You need to mix up what you're doing. That's what I would suggest. Christopher says, "I still love the Star Wars movies, the Rocky movies and the Halloween movies." Christopher, bless your heart for still having a positive outlook. God damn it, good sir. Good on you. If you still fucking love these movies and you still enjoy them and they still make you happy, hats off to you. Don't let a grumpy asshole like me ever change your opinion if you're getting pleasure from something. Danny SJ says, "C's drawing. Me. That looks amazing. I wish I could draw like that." Mikey, "All of my sword maiden fails." Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Very kind of you to say. Very kind of you to say that you like my fails. But the rambling nature of Draw With Mikey. Come on, guys, we've got to keep it real. We've got to keep it honest in the Draw With Mikey series. You're going to see some bad art, okay? You're going to see some bad shit around here. Because all I'm doing is sharing with you guys what I've been drawing recently. And sometimes what I've been drawing recently is just failing to get a good drawing done. Hive Leader says, I love your art, Mikey. I've been drawing for a long time. Thank you very much, by the way. I've been drawing for a long time, but never draw anime. Then I discovered your channel and all the thickness. Also, will you ever draw Android 18? Hive, I'm glad that you enjoy the thickness. Come on and get down with the thickness. Okay, not now. And yeah, Android 18, yes, I will one day, like... She's like amongst some of the oldest names on my to-draw list that I still haven't gotten around to. Pido Knight says, I keep hearing about this Seijin guy. I'm not sure if I'm spelling that right, but that's the problem. I'm trying to find his stuff, but I can't locate him. Pido Knight, Seijin, the incredible artist, is spelt S-A-E, so Sierra Alpha Echo, and then, like, I think online you want to put an underscore, but, you know, when you're writing it, just a space. And then Jin is J-I-N, Juliet Indigo November. Ace Anarchy says, as somebody looking into buying a graphics tablet, I was curious as to if you've ever had any trouble with your Huion Canvas Pro 20 in the past. If you could please let me know, that would be lovely. Ace Anarchy, my Huion Canvas Pro 20, my go-to bad boy tablet, the very one that I'm looking at right now, is my personal favourite. But yes, I've had one problem, and that problem is not really related to Huion. What happened is that in the Huion drivers, you've got an option called Switch Brush. So one button on your brush can actually turn your brush into being a pen, and you press that same button and it turns your brush over to the eraser tool. And you press the same button again, it goes back to the pen. It flicks to and fro so that you don't need to press two different buttons. And it means that the second button on your pen is still freed up to be your right click. In a Windows update, apparently it destroyed that function in the latest version of Photoshop. And I could not for the life of me for a very long time this summer ever get that button to work again. So I eventually had to get onto Photoshop's live web help. They rolled my version of Photoshop back by one latest update, and then a guy took over my computer, and I just watched him do stuff on my screen, and he just wrote commands in a text file to tell that version of Photoshop to re-understand the switch brush function. So basically a Windows update has removed that function from the Huion driver options for myself, and I'm assuming a lot of other people. And I could not find a good fix for it, but Photoshop themselves, Adobe, fixed it for me. That is my issue. In terms of the physical tablet and Huion, no real problems. I used to think the buttons would get sticking a bit when I was using some of the control buttons on the left-hand edge for quick access keys, because they're fitted good, they're just not fitted perfectly. They're fitted very well and they work, but they're not fitted flawlessly. Do you know what I mean? There's a tiny bit of wiggle and rattle in them. So sometimes I thought my control used to get stuck, but I'm going to be honest, I think that was just all related to my dying PC. No, dude, they're good little tablets. They're not the most perfect thing in the world, but in terms of not paying for a Cintiq or a Wacom product and going for the next best thing, this is absolutely what I'd still recommend. No, I love it. No, I love my tablet. Good luck, Ace. I'm going to be hopefully reviewing some of their smaller tablets soon, maybe like a cheeky Canvas Pro 13 or something like that. We'll see what happens. Snowbegone says, I'm pretty new here. Well, hello there, Snowbegone. Thank you very much for hanging out and commenting. You're very good at manga. No, I'm just another dude learning on the journey, but thank you for those kind words. I was wondering what projects you're working on. People say Western manga is not as good as Japanese. I think your art style could prove that wrong, and I was wondering if you have a book or a project. Do you draw manga for stories that we can give you? Snowbegone, many questions, and a very wide topic there, by the way, good sir. I'm gonna be, and bear in mind there's no one answer for any of this. If I had to be super casual about my own personal, subjective and arguable opinion, so don't worry if you don't agree, it's fine, I would say that except for some manga which is truly great, cough, Hunter x Hunter, as a general rule of thumb, I've found some of the writing in Western comics to be a bit more exciting and interesting than the writing in Japanese manga. But I've always been way more attracted to the art style of Japanese manga than I have been of Western comics, so it's all swings and roundabouts. Am I working on some things? Only Patreon stuff at the moment. I've got some upcoming, slightly not okay, safe for work dojins in relation to the highest tier in Patreon, because that's even more behind that I have to go double back on. Outside of that, I'm going to be doing a couple of really casual loose jojins to get my head around the whole topic. And in the back of my mind, I do have an ongoing like manga big project idea, which is nothing but ideas and thoughts and things, so I can't describe any of it to you in case those ideas get stolen. You know how it is, guys. And then in a very general sense, people keep asking me to do a how to draw sexy anime girls art book, which I like the idea of, but I would only ever want to make something like that, you know, something that solidifies the state of your current being in stone for the world to see, when my own current state of artwork is just a little bit better than it is right now. I wouldn't want to do a book out of something unless I was 100% confident I was giving you the very best information I could. And I'm still kind of feeling my way around stuff from time to time as well. But thank you very much for asking all those lovely questions, by the way. Ted says, hey Mikey, hello there Ted. I'm just commenting to let you know that your tutorials have helped me a lot. Oh, you're welcome, dude. Especially the recent face mapping one and the hair ones. But can I ask what canvas size you usually use for general drawing in pixels? I love your stuff, lad. Keep up the good work. Oh, yep, chalk. Thank you very much, Ted. Also, I'd love to see you draw Revy from Black Lagoon at some point. Oh my god, Ted, I've done a Revy from Black Lagoon fan art long ago. This was back when I was still first understanding how to colour in Photoshop. So back then I was still drawing the characters in my sketchbook in black and white and then scanning them in and then colouring them. But yeah, we've done Revy. I mean, we absolutely should do Revy again. You're absolutely correct. She's a hell of a character. Dude, thank you so much. Basically, the overall answer is when I'm working in digital artwork, I use an A3 size canvas, A3 paper, and I work 300 DPI, 300 dots per inch, which basically, I know a lot of artists and other people like to work on something along the lines of simply 4,000 pixels by 6,000 pixels, because it's a very nice kind of convenient print size for working sideways for a number of characters, or straight up. It's a little bit thinner than A3 paper, basically, for doing like character portraits and stuff. And I'll probably move over to that just so I get the extra pixels so that I can kind of squeeze my artwork down. But I still just default to A3, man. Omega Ryu Seiken says, I'm so happy to be your Patreon. It makes me want to improve an art. Oh, dude, thank you. My goal is to get good enough to make a fan art of the Dark Magician Girl from the Ultimate Waifu with my own one, who's an original character called Linnea. Oh, interesting. Any fan arts of Linnea that you've done that we could see? Training for it during your Draw With Mikey's and your tutorials. Also, the Crazy League of Legends champion is Jinx. Thank you very much. And my personal LOL characters would be Needle, Raven, Akalai, and Talia. If you have time, look them up, or Freylord Talia and SSG Talia. Oh, brilliant, dude. Thank you so much, Omega. You've given me some very specific, I'm assuming, alternative costume variations for those characters. Because remember, guys, I do love drawing fan arts of ladies, waifus, sexy anime characters, and video game characters. But that doesn't actually mean I have any idea what's good right now. I don't know who's popular, and I don't know like any up-to-date stuff. So you guys tell me. Dog nut sauce? No! There's two variations of what that sauce might be made out of, and I don't like either of them. Hey Mikey, hello there Dognut. I'm going to be moving soon. Oh, good luck to you, friend. And getting some new furniture for my room. Just wipe your surfaces. I was wondering, what kind of desk do you use for your sketchbook drawings? I want a perfect surface, size, and space. Oh, dude. I mean, you're talking about a question that's close to my heart. Right now I'm recording from my new studio, the HQ of the Mega Megaverse for True One Space. And I've got some desks. Do I have my tape measure nearby? Bear with. So basically, all my old tutorials, if you look back in my videos, for the last 4 years of YouTube, I was just working from a tiny desk space. Literally the smallest, cheapest desk you could get for uni students at IKEA. God, I hope you can hear me. Okay, I can't really... let's just do it by ruler for a little. Wait a minute, is it? You know, I've got a tape measure somewhere. I'm not going to find it anytime soon. Let's go by ruler. And that desk was tiny and cramped, and basically if I had a monitor on that desk, I could not fit an A4 sheet of paper straight. I had to do all my artwork at an angle to make it fit. And now I've got 3 massive desks stuck together. And what's beautiful about these, and this is what you want to keep an eye out for, dude, not just a wide desk, but a deep desk. So my middle desk is, he says, I'm doing it really roughly. 1, 2, and then 5. So that's going to be 24. So basically I've got one desk which is about 29 inches deep. And then 1, 2, say that's a little less than 4. And then about 45 inches wide. except I've got 3 of these next to each other, and the edge ones go a little bit deeper at the very, very ends. So dude, more is more, definitely, when it comes to desk space. Just having that freedom to work at different places, fit an extra lamp to get better lighting, fit your monitor directly in front of your artwork without pushing you off the end of the desk. All of that is a game changer, man. Good luck with your new setup, by the way, dude. I'll do a studio tour soon. New PC video, new studio tour video. I just need to, stick up all the soundproofing foams, all that anti-echo stuff, and make it just look a little bit nicer. Get some potted plants, you know how it goes. Nicholas Flanagan says, honestly, I just gave up on Star Wars as soon as I heard that Disney had bought it. Oh no. I reluctantly went with my family to see it and was very disappointed. I love you, Mikey, and thanks for just being you. Nicholas, thank you. That's so kind. Nicholas, I'll tell you what. Because your sentence ends with, your art is amazing and still one of my biggest inspirations and influences. You, sir, are a charmer, and that has absolutely made my day and put a smile on my face. Thank you very much for saying that, by the way. It's really kind. But when I read your sentence, I thought you were going to be like, honestly, I just gave up on Star Wars as soon as I heard that Disney had bought it. I reluctantly went with my family to see it, and I was very disappointed. I love you, Mikey, and thanks for just being you. But god damn it, Mikey, I hate you and I hate Star Wars. I genuinely thought that's where that was going, because it's like building up. Anyway, Fizzy says, I always appreciate your drawing tutorials. It's easier for me to draw bodies nowadays. Hey, I'm really glad I could be of some help. More tutorials coming, of course. And Junhiboli95 says, hiya Mikey, hello there dude. I'd love to see some Brawlhalla characters designed by you, mainly Diana. Brawlhalla. It's very rare that I get a Brawlhalla request. I'll add that to the list, thank you. Okay, Danny Malbaski says, I'm not even offended that you accidentally called me Daniel. I've been laughing hard about it for minutes. I'm so sorry, thank you, Danny. Usually people just get my last name wrong, rather than my first, so thank you very much for that. Oh yeah, it's really hit and miss with me, I'm afraid, around here. As for Star Wars, I've been a huge fan of it since my dad put me in front of A New Hope as a kid. Oh my god, A New Hope is so good! I wasn't a huge fan of the prequels, but I do still enjoy ironic fandom. I do still enjoy a lot of aspects of them. I think Ewan McGregor did a great job of Obi-Wan. I 100% agree. And I also read, don't do it, Anakin! And I also read, sorry, that's like a Star Wars Tourette's that I've got. You underestimate my power. I've also read a lot of books after the movies were set, and I think that they could have done a fantastic translation of them onto the big screen. That's for Disney carving a new way, though, isn't it? Disney's wiping out all of the non-film fan fiction. Reminds me of when you get a new boss in an office, and what they want to do is they want to leave their own mark, so they tend to scrap every ongoing uncompleted project and launch their own project and their own initiative instead, because they don't want to complete their previous employer's project to not really be able to take the credit, so they always have to do their own thing. It's like when I'm talking about bosses and big bosses and companies, but it's the same when you just get a new team leader or manager. They always come in, and then what they have to do is they have to kind of leave their mark and get a feel for the new team, so they just make everybody switch seats, and it's just for fuck's sake, stop going for your I'm the new team leader 101 handbook, would you, for the love of God. Anyway, I've left that all behind as fuck. I really do not miss it. I don't mind Rey too much, you're going to say, but I would have loved to have seen Mara Jade brought to life. Oh my god, I don't know who that is. Along with Jaqen, Jaina, and Anakin Solo. Oh shit! Jaqen was such a better kid gone evil than Ben Solo. You know what? I quite like old Ben. I quite like, wait, what's his name? Darth Maul. No, fuck. Kylo Ren. Holy shit. Okay, you're absolutely right. That's how much his name's left a mark on me. Kylo Ren. I think he's a great character. I think he's actually one of the best bits of the Star Wars movies right now, to be fair, of the new ones. But I know exactly what you're saying, dude. Rooster Maid says, hey Mikey, hello there Rooster Maid. Oh, Rooster Maid, I'm so sorry. I have a suggestion stroke request for a video. Well, you've come to the right place to get my attention and share your ideas. I could really use some help drawing a character that's gagged. Think Attack on Titan Season 3. Oh, I've done some gagged shibari rope-tied artwork ladies before, actually. Could you do videos on different types of gags and how the mouth and facial muscles react? Yeah, we could do. Like a bite gag where the character's teeth are showing and her face is contorted. Or a ball gag with only the lips showing. Yep, actually that's a very good suggestion. If you have the time, please consider doing a tutorial. Yeah, we'll do that. I'm down. Oh, God, I've just pasted your comment halfway through someone else's. There we go. Yeah, look, I've definitely, because I looked into a bit of all the rope tying, shibari stuff, and I drew a few gags to get into it. So we could definitely come back to that. The idea of I've been kidnapped and this is a rag in my mouth versus a bit of tape over my mouth versus a ball gag for sexy time versus, an O-ring for incredibly perverse sexy time. It's loads of options. King Crazy says, why is this in my recommended? Who knows, King Crazy, but welcome on in. Welcome, welcome. And Sinner says, 3 reasons why I watch Mikey. 1, titties. Oh my. 2, good at teaching anatomy and physiology. Oh, that's very kind of you. And 3, I just love British people talking, especially the Scottish. Sinner, well, the Scottish are okay, but are they really as good as a Queen's Englander? I'm not so sure. Dojo Games, by the way, thanks for those kind words, by the way. Dojo Games says, the art with the legs open. Remember me, the girl from Queensblade. She's the maiden and make those poses to use holy power. Dojo Games, is English your first language? Let me just have a look at this. You gave me idea for something like this to my RPG. A holy grail uses these casterly underpants. It will be naughty, but who knows? Wait, what? The art where she has open legs remember me from the girl Queensblade. Are you saying that there's a particular fan art that I've done and it reminds you of someone? Because I'm going to be honest, you've got like one of those slightly racially connotated old school Japanese sunburst flags as part of your icon. So I'm going to be like, oh, maybe you're using Google Translate. Dude, I think what you're saying is that I've done a character design which reminds you from a character from Queensblade, which actually has helped motivate you. Do a particular girl who's got some weird underpants holy thing going on for your own RPG that might be a little bit naughty. In which case, I'm really glad that what I did could have motivated you in your own character designs. Good luck, good sir. Right, Mr. Ringit says, who actually came for the drawing tips? Drawing tips? In a Draw With Mikey episode? Mr. Ringit. You're confused, son. You've made a mistake. In these DWM episodes, you will learn nothing. Absolutely nothing. That's what tutorials are for. This is ramble time. And rburden39 says, my first sketchbook was mostly designing and constantly redesigning my Dragon Ball characters, and I still haven't settled on a single design yet. Oh, really, dude? You're making your own... Oh my god, does anybody else ever do this? Not just like, obviously, making your own world and your own original manga, but making your own original characters that you would put into an existing world. Like... Excuse me, I'm having a burp there. Like, have you guys ever drawn your own original characters that could exist in the Dragon Ball universe or something similar? Dude, I think friends of mine used to do that all the time. Yeah, very, very curious. P.S. You're one of the reasons I'm trying my hardest to become an amazing artist. Yes. Yes, good sir. Oh, wait. I've actually gone 2 comments deep. Ace100 says, hello, Mikey. Hello there, Ace. Quick anime and character recommendations. Trigun and very early... Oh, no, mate. Fucking love Trigun. Dude, I fucking love Trigun. That's old school deep hit for me. Dude, the episode Rem? Rem? You know, the episode that tells you where everybody comes from and explains Vash the Stampede's outlook on life and why he values life and why that's so important to him. Mate, I'm almost going to cry my eyes out right now because I watched that episode when I was quite young and it got me like right emotionally. Dude, Trigun is a great fucking watch. I strongly recommend that to anyone. But the episode all about Rem, and then like you kind of understand what's going on with Vash. I was just like, oh, fuck, man, this hit me really hard. I'm having a lot of emotions right now. Oh man, okay, we've got to stop this episode. Genuinely, there's tears in my eyes. Oh fuck, it's like that time I was trying to explain to you guys how like I went to watch The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe when I was a little kid, and I was too young to understand that we were watching a play. So I just thought I was in an audience full of people genuinely watching a witch cut the hair off a lion before sacrificing him. And I remember, like, even if I think about that now, because you know when you're a kid and your memories either go into your frontal cortex part and you're just like, science, maths, or your memories are tied to like a horrifically emotional moment. So you remember them from your hippocampus, a different part of your brain. Those are the memories that stay the hardest. So like, oh man, I genuinely thought that the lion was getting sacrificed and nobody was stopping her. Like nobody was helping. And I freaked the fuck out. I was inconsolable. Anyway, despite being probably like 5 years old back when that was happening, even now as a 34-year-old man, when I think about that, I get emotional and like my blood goes up and I'm ready to fight someone because I'm just like, do you remember that fucking time when nobody stopped the lion from getting sacrificed? We all just sat there. I'm ready to hurt someone. I feel like I have to have a fight or defend a lion. I don't know what's going on. Like, it gets my blood up. Anyway, what I'm getting at is, yeah. So that bit from, like, the story about Rem in Trigun. Guys, mention something that I already know about, and it's ramble time. The story from Rem and Trigun, and no spoilers, guys, you are safe. But in the final episode or penultimate episode where there's the end fight, there's a character who's not really there anymore. But mate, Vash is about to go down, but like you hear like the character, like his voice on the wind, he's just like, it's there, take it. And then like, oh my God, genuinely glad you can't see me right now. I'm feeling the feels. And there's this bit where you just like, you see Vash's hand come up and it goes down again. It slaps something in the dust that you can't see, but like it's in the right place at the right time and it comes up. Oh man, and I was just like, do it. Oh man, what are we talking about? I've completely gone off the rails. So this is it, like, these feelings I get from some really old stuff that catches me back in the days. I don't quite get these feelings from the upcoming Star Wars movies, that's for sure. Who mentioned Trigun? Get out. Ace 100. Don't mention Trigun again. I'm going to cry my eyes out. But yeah, do Vash for Stampede's sexy anime girl. I'd love you even more. Dude, Ace, I've actually, believe it or not, and again, we're talking really early, Mikey, when I was first learning Photoshop, I've actually done a gender bent Vash for Stampede already. Way back. Oh, you probably can't even find these videos on YouTube, but they do exist somewhere. However, another one for the future? Yeah, why not? I'm down. Isaiah says, I'm going to try this 30-day challenge with my friends if I start to consistently draw. I'll let you know how it goes. Oh my God, guys, who's doing Inktober? It is Inktober right now. How's it all going for you guys? I'm going to be honest, I'm not. I've got too many things going on, and forcing myself to do something for 30 days consistently is a great way to learn to hate to do it. I'm definitely going to be doing some ink drawings during Inktober. I'm just not going to do it every single day. But Isaiah, let me know how you're getting on with that challenge. You guys, all of you, how are you getting on with Inktober? Whose challenges are you? I know it's so late to ask this question, but are you guys following prompts? Are you following particular lists? Are you only inking and drawing what you want to? Or are there like a series of challenges or like other things that you're trying to get engaged with? Basically, who's your source for it? What are your hashtags? And yeah, Inktober is happening. I can't believe I forgot to mention that. Aurora's Art World says, the folding lightsaber reminds me of a Swiss Army knife. I'm still going to go watch it though. It is Star Wars. Yeah, Aurora's. Absolutely. When I saw it, I'm just like, what? But yeah. Mr. TT Sikosana says, me, sees the thumbnail. This is going to get demonetized as fuck. Mate, those Draw With Mikey's, some of that spicy art, it always tends to go. And Gabby Johnson said, oh God, guys, I feel a bit more awake now. Gabby Johnson says, I've got a question for you, Mikey. Do you like the band BTS? I've noticed in some of your Twitch streams that their songs are playing in the background. I don't actually, behind the scenes, right? The Korean band? I don't actually know them or any of their songs or music. However, on my Twitch streams, I just play a lot of music in general. Excuse me. Hopefully that's not too loud. I'm turning away. Just having to blow my snores. Dude, yeah, no. I mean, I don't have anything against them, but I really don't know who they are. But yes, no, if they're playing in my playlist in the background, they're probably quite good. It probably means that they're good enough to be caught into a mix of music that YouTube's recommending based on stuff I already like. Altewa says, hi there, Mikey. Hello there, Altewa. The thing about the Fate series is that they've already gender bent so many other historical figures, but Fate Grand Order is a game full of them. So many waifus, so many husbandos. Okay, so maybe we can just go and get our boots filled for all of the characters from there. I will need to watch some of the other Fate series, Altea, before I start doing my own fan arts of them. But you do say, please draw Altea, aka Attila the Hun, as a waifu from Fate Grand Order or Fate Exile. Extea. Interesting. Yeah, no, that's really got my attention, actually. I'm not going to lie. I'll have to Google that afterwards. Small Muffin says, hey, Mikey. Hello there, Small. I hope you're having a lovely day. Not too bad. Busy as ever. But thank you very much for asking. Have you ever thought of drawing Morigana from Magi? I'd love for you to draw her. Thank you for the suggestion. I think that name's come up before, but it doesn't ring a bell immediately, so I will add her to the list, thank you. And Lieutenant Fardian says, I swear that I saw a notification you'd uploaded a new DWM this morning when I woke up. Was that just a remnant of my dream? Or did you re-upload this one? No, only one upload for the last DWM, dude. Will I dream? When I sleep? Will I dream? To die, perchance to dream. Oh wait, how does this go? To be or not to be? That is the question. Whether it is nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing in them, to die, to sleep. No wait, oh fuck, I can't remember. There's like another bit where it's just like, and by sleep to, oh yeah, to die, to sleep, to sleep no more. For in that sleep of death what dreams may come when we have shuffled off this mortal coil must give us pause. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished. Aye, there's the rub. For in that sleep of death what dreams may come when we have shuffled off this mortal coil, there's a calamity of so long a life. Okay, do you know what? I really can't remember this. I didn't play Hammer. I played King Oberon. Is that the right guy? Or am I just confusing two different plays altogether? So I had to learn like some of the speech. To be or not to be... Oh, guys, I'm so sorry I'm rambling, but I've almost got this still in my head. To be or not to be, that is a question. Whether 'tis nobler in a mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles and by opposing enemy. To die... To sleep... To die... To sleep no more. For... and by a sleep to say we... Oh my god, I've got it, guys. Okay. I'm so sorry, this is awful. To be or not to be, that is a question. Whether it is nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles and by opposing enemy. To die, to sleep no more. And by a sleep to say we end the heartache and the thousand natural shocks that flesh is heir to. Boom! To die, to sleep perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub. For in that sleep of death what dreams may come when we have shuffled off this mortal coil must give us pause. Aye, there's the, and was it something? Aye, there's the rub or something that makes calamity of such long a life. Okay, I'm so sorry, guys. We've completely gone sideways. I've never said that poorly. Okay, Keshav Colonel says, good to see you back in action, Sir Mikey. Not after that, it's not. I'm so sorry. I'm more excited for the Joker and Terminator Dark Fate. Oh my god, guys, that's absolutely, I need to ask you, oh god. I want to know your opinions on the Joker movie, the Joker controversy, and what you're doing for Inktober. I need to know about these things. I'm going to have to write it in the title of this video. Tell me about Inktober. What do any of you guys think about the Joker film? Matthias Bardell says, hey Mikey, hello there dude. I was wondering what kind of brushes you use in Photoshop. Matthias, I use 5 simple brushes. It's called Mikey Simple Brush to Pack. 4 of those brushes are Photoshop brushes, and the 5th one is a Dave Greco art brush. And they're all available for free if you... I've got like a tutorial that's called Setting Up Photoshop, Canvas, Clean Lines and all that sort of stuff. I'm pretty sure I've got a link to my brush pack there that you can just download for free. And Ansel Ford says, and if not, you can also download it for my Patreon, but it's $1 there. It's not like part of a reward, it's just I also include it in those rewards. But it is free somewhere. Ansel Ford says, the drawings that I'm working on are Black Sentinel and beautiful buxom elven princesses raining death and hell on a horde of goblins. Oh my goodness. That's pretty good, Ansel. That's kind of how I like it, I'm not going to lie. And Jacob Geert says, hello there, Mikey. Hey, Jacob. How do you make your poses? It's hard to find any references like this. Oh, Jacob. If you spend a little bit too much time on Pornhub like I do, after a while you just start to know what the good poses look like. And Hablin says, blue-haired Harley Quinn is Jinx. Yeah, no, thank you very much, guys, for updating my knowledge of who the League of Legends characters are. Kirito Hugh 1912 says, thanks to the years of drawing help, I unfortunately will not be able to draw for the next year or so because I just joined the United States Navy. Hey, Kirito. Salutes to the Navy, dude. Good luck to you. I wish you all the best, man. I read through Timothy Zahn's work. It isn't canon, but it isn't canon, but it is a great read. It's not canonical to what? Okay, I'm going to get on Google. Timothy Zahn. Heir to the Empire. Oh, Star Wars! It's Star Wars stuff. Dude, thank you very much. I'll have a look shortly. TayTZHS says, I started Inktober with a drawing of a Halo ring from Halo, and you're helping me through, my guy. I'm really glad to hear that. Guys, how is your Inktober going? It's another day. And maybe Mikey's rambling in the background. Rex Torres says, bro, I've got a question. You don't draw a hentai, right? Rex Tora. No, not officially. Not in my main capacity. But, you know, some of those spicy rewards on Patreon, the higher those tier goes, the spicier and ruder it gets. Let's just put it that way. But it's not it's not my main thing in life. It's just certainly one of those cheeky little side things that helps pay the rent. George Navarro. Do you know what? If you'd asked me that question 3 years ago, my answer would simply be, no, I'm not into it. Because, like, I'll tell you what, I want people to get into drawing, sure. I want people to try anime and manga who maybe haven't tried it. And the problem is, and I've got plenty of friends even to this day in my age who still have this outlook, that all anime and manga, who don't know any better, is just boil-in-a-bag perversion, to directly quote a mate of mine. And I completely understand why. So, obviously I don't have any problem with hentai or adult content whatsoever. But I am aware that the concept of that alone can put people off approaching very normal mainstream anime and manga, and it actually means that they're going to miss out on what actually might be some excellent films, nothing sexualized at all. Excellent films, excellent movies. They might not even give, Miyazaki films a try because as far as they're concerned, it's the whole thing smut. Or like engage with some really good stuff. So back in the day, I was just like, I just want to steer clear of it altogether. But as life goes on, I'm just like, I can actually make a living out of YouTube now. But I do need to kind of, make sure that rent does actually get paid. So now I do kind of swim with the fishes a little bit more as far as that respect is. I've learned to just kind of make my peace with it and realise, you can draw some filth from time to time, but not be a bad person. So hey, it's all fine by me. Let's just have a scroll down. So I've just seen a couple. I've just seen somebody post 3 times, but I've realised it's 3 different people. That's what I was just skipping. It's 3 different people who all have the exact same kind of blank user profile. I'm so sorry, guys. I was just about to skip you. One of these people is Guillermo Nieves, who says, Mikey, I suspect you are a mad genius. Oh, well, you're right with the mad part. Your drawing styles are to die for. You are too kind. I subscribed to your channel a couple of weeks back, and I have no intention of unsubscribing yet. Thank you very much, Guillermo. And Kudoya M says, hey, Mikey. Hello there, dude. Remember me? Senpai not hentai guy? I'm in DWM 100. Oh my god, DWM 100 was so long ago. I remember it being very, very busy and a lot of fun, dude. I hope you're going to come back from DWM 150 live. Oh, guys, DWM 150 live, tablet giveaways up your ass. Trust me, we got stuff to throw out here. Anyway, used to be Alka Chad. Anyway, on to the actual comment. Wait, I have an idea. Once all the Patreon stuff is done, you can do DWM, where you redraw one of your fan art works in your own. Kuroi M, that's already on my to-do list, because once I'm caught up on Patreon, the very next thing that I'm behind on that I need to do is draw some of the winners from Made, M-A-Y-D, My Art, Your Design. So I do actually have this old series where you guys can submit your own OC characters and I will draw them in my style. So basically, it's literally just draw this in your style, except I've got a different name for it, My Art, Your Design, so that I can make a different kind of theme of videos surrounding it. But yes, basically, yes, that is actually literally what I need to do regardless. Osama Dragon says, I learned how to draw because of you. Dude, that's fucking awesome to hear. Thanks so much. I can now impress my friends by drawing big boobies. And I've also got a girlfriend because of drawing. Thanks so much. Hey, dude. Excellent. Wow, fantastic. Okay, that means you have to name your first kid after me. They need to be called Mega Mega. Alveric Grimm says, sadly no tea this time, but juice. I will let that go. Let me just sip you've just reminded me to sip my coffee. Congratulations on 600k. Yeah, no, thank you very much, man. I hope you're having a fun time with everything. Oh yeah, I do. Oh yeah, I never told you my Ibiza stories. Next time, guys, remind me to tell you my Ibiza stories. Good luck with the house thing. Oh my god, okay, I still need to fix a burst water pipe. But yeah, fuck, okay. And I will celebrate, I'm going to do a more celebratory thing, because I do kind of, I know, I don't know how to put it. I'm not very good at holding stuff back, so I tend to share almost everything with you guys. So yeah, I'm going to celebrate, because I own this house now. I own my own house. I bought it. All that shit is finally behind me, but, that's another time. I need to be reading your comments right now. But yeah, thank you very much, dude. It is crazy. When I look back on the last 3 years, it's been tough, and it is crazy to think of reached this, and I've got a lot to say about that and a lot to thank you guys for that, but we're going to do that another time. Please go away. It's literally your name. Says, at first I thought she was stripping with the sword. Oh my goodness, come on, not the sword maiden, she's a holy priestess. And Meow Meow says, so Dungeons and Dragons is an RPG, so yeah. My number 1 is Infinite Stories / Possibilities, and I actually just drew a character who's a female cleric of the life domain. There's a D&D called Infinite Stories and Possibilities. Meow Meow, thank you very much. Number 2, I don't know, Skyrim's fun to play because I took an arrow to the knee and it introduced me to RPGs. Oh my god, fucking hell, dude. And number 3, Divinity. And by the way, guys, if you're wondering what's going on, this is an older question I had. I want your suggestions on the best RPGs out there as well. I'm always, basically, guys, if you know something, please just tell me, because I steal everybody's ideas on every topic. Number 3, Divinity Original Sin 2 is one of the greatest RPGs I've played online. Okay. So add that to the list, thank you. And Alex Henderson says, hey Mikey, hello there Alex. Have you ever drawn anything from Overlord or Darling in the Franxx? And to ask your Star Wars question, I would love to see a redo of the past 2 movies. I hope that the newest one is actually good. We all hope, Alex, we all hope. Overlord characters are on the list, Alex. Marlea Mizoche says, what a legend. Thank you very much, Malaya. Right back at you. And Mr. TT Sikasana says, you have an amazingly soothing voice, by the way. Oh, Mr. TT, thank you. It's a little bit all over the place, especially because it's still a bit sore from the cold. But thank you so much. I am so pleased. Daft Davy Moore says, hey, Mikey. Hello there, Daft. Could you draw some fan art from the disastrous life of Saki K? If you haven't watched it, then I'd recommend it. I have not. And I will take your recommendation and put it in my notepad file. Thank you very much. M says the best fic waifus. Thank you, M. And Juan Hue says, almighty Mikey. Hello there, Ewan. Do you love seeing really well done cosplays? Yes. I'm currently working on my own Genos outfit, including the arms, which I'm soldering together. It's some tricky stuff. Ewan, that sounds awesome. Ewan, if you're listening to this, put a link into the next week's... Wait, put a link into the comment section now so I can catch it next week. And Cake Langer says, do you like League of Legends splash arts? Dude, Cake, so this is pretty much my only exposure to League of Legends, because I don't watch any like Let's Plays or live streams of the game. I just don't understand it. But League of Legends splash art is famous for being among some of the best art available in the, modern fan art, fantastical drawing community, right? Hearthstone artists, Blizzard artists, and League of Legends artists. Unless League is already Blizzard, I'm not sure. But yeah, dude, I don't know them very well. And as I mentioned before, I don't really know the League of Legends world, but the designs and the characters and stuff, yeah. Mate, some of the best people in the business today are working on stuff like that. If not Magic the Gathering. Hyperguyver says, no, I'm not looking forward to episode 9. Episode 8 killed any and all excitement and interest in Disney's social justice wars. Oh no, it's that bad. Oh, Hyper, I'm so sorry for you, man. And Chaplain Amin says, Mikey, great video as always. Been watching you since 4 years, maybe. Hey, Chaplain, thank you. I always wonder, what is your real job? I mean, it's an artistic job, of course, but what is it really? Because I live in Syria and I don't have a good idea what artists really work in general outside of the other country. Is it concept art or some sort of a studio? Because seems like you're making a good amount of money. I wish. And you manage everything yourself. I barely manage anything, my friend. But yeah, I'll tell you what, guys, we'll have a proper real chat, like a real talk chat about making a living off of this. But dude, basically, right up until last year, I was always working at an office day job. Like I was doing, like in my time in an office, I've done like team leading, training, management, worked up from just being on the telephones to, supervisor, senior team leader, management training. And then I kind of went round the business because like, I'm going to be honest, in the office a while ago, all you had to do was not be an idiot. And they'd be like, wow, you're not an idiot. And you'd be like, well, yeah, because I'm giving you like 60% of my attention. And this is the kind of group where people just switch off. Anyway, that's my way of saying I went kind of round a bit. So then I did like some extra training, and then I worked for finance and purchase ledgers and saw horrific company violations, and then e-commerce analysis, and then web development, and then interior reporting, all sorts of business stuff. And I did all my YouTubing and all my artwork. I would have a long day at work. I'd come home, and I'd come home on a fucking bus as well. It took so long to get home. I'd come home really late, and then I'd just draw till I had to fall asleep and get my YouTube videos done. And it's only very recently that I now, and I barely do anything full-time, by the way, but I now YouTube full-time. I did quit my day job, but I made sure, I made it more than 100% sure that it was, absolutely doable. I didn't do it as a kind of, it's time to take the plunge and take a risk. I did both jobs together for an incredibly long time before I was definitely confident I could let the day job go. Because I'm not actually that exciting. But dude, yeah, so that's it for me. I mostly make YouTube content and live stream and do stuff on Patreon. I do not want to work for a publishing company or a house or a manga or anything like that that's outside of my own, because working with and for other people is something that I'm just no longer interested in doing, to be honest. So sorry to give you that kind of short rambling answer. Oh my goodness, my voice is absolutely going. Mason McCall says, hey Mikey, hello there Mason. What's your favourite anime character to draw? Mason, I would never have said she's definitely my favourite, but I actually measure my art standard by repeatedly drawing Tsunade from Naruto again and again. So over the years, I always go back to her. There are others that I probably enjoy drawing more. Characters of red hair. I really love rendering colours into red hair. But the most come-to kind of character I've got is Tsunade, good sir. Oh shit, and that might actually have to be one of our last questions. Guys, You lovely people. Thank you so much for joining me and listening in as ever. I bloody love you lot. Let's do a little quick shout out to some of those delicious patrons on Patreon. Talking about earning an income. Basically, the way Patreon should work is that you reward people every month. The way mine works is that I apologise once a month and do a little bit more catch up because I'm so behind, and then a little bit more catch up. So every month I'm a little bit closer to being caught up, but it is terrible on there. So just a quick reminder, guys, if you're unhappy with my Patreon and you want like a refund or something, pop me a message. I totally get it. No judgment whatsoever. I am behind on that and it's not acceptable. So like there's a zero argument policy from me. I'm just making sure that I catch up as soon as I can. That being said, that's exactly why I scrapped the last Jane and Proudmoore, and I'm doing a fresh one right now because it just wasn't up to standard. It wasn't what you deserve. Although I'm going to show you guys both. Anyway, what I'm getting at is shout out to Repair 1997, Breton F, Anthony C, Michael P, Ifanium, 1010, Mongchi L, Akumu Arts, Jamie, Melissa, Zahaki, and Brendan J. Thank you so much, you lovely guys. I hope you all have a bloody lovely week. Tell me what you're up to. Tell me about Inktober. Tell me about the Joker controversy. Let me know how you're living your lives, and I will see you next week as round. Take care.